Tonight, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. The Minnesota Vikings taking on the New Orleans Saints.
It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. Again, everyone, Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the... One of 2 spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be under the command of the former Florida State Seminole, the #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
It wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the 1 touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jameis to throw it.
Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Winston to give, it's Kamara.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Escaping the pressure right.
A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
On 2nd down, Kamara.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
11 more on that one and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr.
And he will have a Vikings first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played in the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only 2 rookies to win 2 playoff games in 1 year. He's trying to join that company, but it's not going to be easy to get it done.
A good pickup there, 22.
Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
They'll look to throw again. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run it again with Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Foster. And he fires one, but incomplete. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Three yards remain for second down.
Throwing, Winston. Over the middle, complete. That's Garner.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Winston. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Zadarius Smith buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw, Winston. He finds his man, complete. It's Garner. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Winston. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Winston. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Winston. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cook up the gut. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack. And
the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Foster. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. That's taken on the 25. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
And a dangerous throw there. Nearly intercepted on the sideline, but it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Winston. He gets it to Thomas.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
They go play action. Winston.
Pass caught. It's Kawan Baker.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Winston got his man complete over the middle. That's Baker.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 35 on second down, Winston over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now Winston. Throw left side complete. That's Young. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Viking 16. From the red zone now, Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Campbell. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up second down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Buying time to his left. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Here's Winston. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Under pressure, and they got to him again. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, this is the second of 4 games this weekend as we narrow the field down to the 4 teams who will meet in the league championship games next Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it's going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers squaring off against the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the 3rd quarter. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is, and doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And
now we're going to get another look at this one. Dennis Allen not happy, so he has thrown the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, grips it, there you go.
Back to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Foster. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Winston now. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Winston now to throw on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Winston. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Winston. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And now out comes Minnesota.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this 2nd half.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Now Foster. Off play action. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Up the middle, it's Cook.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Foster.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Foster to throw on 3rd down. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
And this one is right down the middle. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3.
Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 11. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, after that pickup of a 1st down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch them by surprise.
A 1st down throw for Winston. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Campbell. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around. And we know they'll be here before you know it.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
That one good for 17 yards on fourth. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
So after the fourth down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Yeah, this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash.
The kick by McManus is good.
And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. When you talk to these guys in training camp, these are the moments they say they live for. You're in a playoff game. It's tied, 4th quarter. Time for somebody to step up.
And can you execute under pressure? Because the pressure is intense right now. No one wants to be responsible for making the error that costs their team. But at the same time, who's going to be responsible for making the play that gives the advantage to your team? Who's going to break out? Just what you said. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Foster.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Now Foster to throw on 3rd and 2. Open here, Adam Thielen.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Here's Foster to throw on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
On the give, this is their fullback. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. They'll try and run with their fullback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And now a carry here for their fullback. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play and who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, 4th quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Foster. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Foster now Throwing on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. He's at the 30, 10, and in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's up and good to extend the lead to 13-6. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down 13-6, less than 90 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll look to throw.
Able to find Thielen. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
First down now, but that clock rolling. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Able to shake him off. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down. And now that leads to a 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.